Hello, everyone. Hello. I am Calypso, and welcome to Deadhaus Whispers. If you are joining us for the first time, 9 episodes in now, I believe, Deadhaus Sonata is a spiritual successor to Legacy of Kain. It is a narrative-driven action RPG in which you play the undead fighting the living. Development for Deadhaus is leading on PC and will support all major platforms per usual. And our hosts, besides me, are Faceless Mike, as always.
Hello.
And Wyverntamer once again joining us.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. And today, hail to the king, baby.
Yeah.
No, we are not talking about Duke Nukem. We are talking about Nagaztak. And Revenants, maybe, and of Whites was also revealed, and a billion other things.
Just to throw the spanner in the works, Calypso, what was Nagaztak's real name?
Loomis Armorid. Loomis Amarin.
Come on, Wyverntamer, you can jump in some.
Lord Lucian, and then I always forget what his last name was.
No, you're right, Lucian Armin.
Oh,
now,
Lucian.
Here's the question. What's his true name?
I didn't even think of that. His true name is George Ledoux.
That's cheating. Although somewhere right now listening to this, George is laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll break this down into two parts. We'll start with the Of Whites, because that's been the latest radio player released, and then we will jump into the absolute awesomeness that is our king.
Yes.
Now,
oh, man.
I believe Wyverntamer linked me here. So do you want to, Calypso, just give a quick brief overview for anyone that may not have listened to Of Whites, considering we just listened to it moments ago? Yes. And anyone listening, the link for Of Whites will be in the description below on YouTube, and it will be linked in the comments in Spotify.
Yes. All right. So Of Whites, a fantastic radio play that are also coming to Spotify, Amazon as podcasts. It actually details the never-ending losing battle with the humans versus the undead. Alaric von Beller stumbles upon an ancient text, unbeknownst to the rest of the humans, that will reanimate the dead in some way, shape, or form. And it's his plans to use fire with fire, fight fire with fire by using undead corpses or reanimated corpses, to fight the undead, and perhaps, just perhaps, it may change the tides of the war. How that goes?
Technically, it does. Just
it
not
does.
The way he expected.
It does change the tides of war, as is mentioned in the White War. Until the Whites actually start to, think.
Yeah.
At which point, it changes the tides of war. Yes.
Yeah. Alaric von Beller, Reanimator.
It's almost like there's a poem that kind of relates to something like this in the Necroliberatus.
You wouldn't happen to have that poem, would you?
It just happens to be sitting right here. It is called. Of course, my browser would go a little.
No, yeah, right.
It would go a little screwy the moment I do that. So let's see if I can pull this up here. I should be able to pull it up on our screen. There we go.
Oh, there we go. That's right.
So, words, the old world.
Yeah. Verse
3, chapter 23. Words. Because, yes, we've been referring to this as scripture now. That's how it's going. Who would like to read? Who would like to take a reading from the holy book, or the unholy book, according to Nagaztak?
All right.
Sorry, I couldn't. I'm getting banned. Oh, Lord. Okay.
All right. I guess, I'll take a crack at it. Let's see. What am I reading? The old world, right?
Mm-hmm.
The words, the old world. Okay. Remember from where you came. Brutal degradation, a torrent of never-ending pain. Remember the day you were created. Hatred, malice, and slavery you were fated. Remember your mortal life so long ago, injustice, corruption, and unending woe. Remember the institutions you embrace, the futile hope, witness their fall from grace. Remember the reasons you are here, persistence, focus, give them fear. Remember what they did was wrong, the old world has made you strong. 333 words, Nagaztak, leader of the Black Right Hand, Malleus Odium, and Revenant Poet.
Here's something I wanted to know earlier. So if there's a black right hand, is there a black left hand?
Maybe it's the white left hand. Like clearly, and then and Nagaztak is the gray in between his two hands.
Well, how well do you remember Seven Sons?
I mean, I remember the old version I recorded for my YouTube channel, shameless plug. But I haven't read the new updated version in quite some time. Seven Sons, I do know, was the creation of Nagaztak. And it was two gods being petty and, against the chess match of the world and of life, everything like that. That's all I can really recall.
Yeah, there might be connections somewhere there. Because there was a lot of discussion in a Discord not so long ago, not so far away, between Wyverntamer here and Varric. I believe Bishop was involved.
Sailor and
chat.
Skara also dropped by later.
And there was a lot of chat about these things. It's like they're all connected somehow, but I just can't quite put my finger on it.
It's almost like there's a thread in between the narrative of everything.
It's almost as though there's a cosmic narrative.
Yeah.
That's maybe right there. There's Safi. It's like going to church for me.
Hi, Safi. Hi. Hey, Bishop.
There's Bishop. Yeah, Bishop calling me out in my crap again. Like you're doing that thing.
And speaking of threads, what kind of thread do you think Alaric used to sew the dead bodies back together and fuse the unholy abominations that are the Whites? My favorite part so far, I think, of the Of Whites radio drama, which is live now, you can watch on YouTube. It's coming to podcasty stuff. Is the fact that I think even you screen capped it, Wyverntamer, of all the alchemical symbols, and like Alaric descends into some ancient cavern or whatever, unless I misheard that wrong, and finds some ancient text, and it's a bunch of alchemical symbols and everything that is some heretical knowledge that would shun him amongst the human race, but he secretly uses it to bring these dead bodies back to life and turn them into living weapons to fight the armies of the undead. Super awesome. You're so beautiful.
You're being really serious here, and I've just got Dolly Parton stuck in my head. You asked me a question, I was like, silver thread and golden needles couldn't mend this water, man.
And then, okay, so apparently Dolly Parton runs the White Army because they're working a 9 to 5.
Oh, Sundowner's making a parody somewhere as we speak.
Yeah,
I can hear it now.
But
Ethereal.
anyway,
thread.
so
Ethereal.
onto the actual topic at hand.
Yeah,
ethereal. It's a diversion. Yeah, Bishop's trying to call me out of my crap again. So, Wyverntamer, do you want to walk us through this, on a serious note? So, for anyone listening who isn't watching this but is listening to it later on, during the Of White's visuals on YouTube, there's a splash of what is referred to sacred knowledge or a record of madness.
Yes.
And this is what we have, which is all a bunch of crazy symbols.
Okay, so I haven't done everything of this, and most of it is due to the fact that Varric found a bunch of alchemical symbols that I could use to translate this. But there are a bunch of symbols that I haven't translated yet. The ones that I have translated, though, are quite interesting, and it seems to be either a message or a recipe for how to make a white.
You sure looks like chicken scratchings to me.
Well, as if you're if you're watching, you can see that there is, not very smartly done by me, but black text on black symbols.
Look, it was done quickly. We get the point of what you were
It was
trying to
done
do.
quickly, and it was done in Paint. So there is a bunch of
I
symbols.
read that badly, and I thought I read essential oils there. It's oil essence, but I was like, what?
Yeah, no,
I knew that was evil.
Some calamine oil.
Essential oil or oil essence means that it is a distillation of something or something along those lines, which, given that it is linked or after a purification symbol, is probably some way of purifying the fermented stuff you get from the directions, as it were, above there.
Iron, rock salt, arsenic, possibly platinum, purification, lead. You see, here was my other one. I pointed this out to Varric earlier, and Bishop's going to nail me to a cross for this one. Maybe they're reading too much into it. Maybe it's like, definitely. Arsenic is A or AR, because like if you take the letters at the start, and if we imagine we go columns and we go down from top to bottom, from right to left. Now, I could be wrong, because it could be from bottom to top and from right to left rather than left to right. Like there's arsenic, rock salt, iron, salt, pepper. It's like a rise.
Yeah, that
might be that.
Something that I also thought of and mentioned in the chat. Bishop can back me up on the fact that I kind of got irritated that they wouldn't consider the fact that it could be written like top to bottom and then just a secret message. But I was having fun just trying to match the symbols. And as you can see,
I was looking through it. I only
column.
just seen the Elder Futhark.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I recognize.
That Elder Futhark, I didn't actually know the meaning attached to it. I just knew that it was Berkano, also known as the Bluetooth symbol.
Well, at least we know that old school Deadhaus is compatible. It is Bluetooth compatible.
But Sailor helped with that one, because Berkano means that it is comfort, a company. It's a very specific company at that. Familial comfort.
Bishop,
like
there.
that.
We also discussed it being a cipher of some sort.
Yes.
Maybe that could be true.
And given that for a recipe, as it were, as far as I know, there are far too few actions to take and just a lot of different ingredients.
That's only part of it. I was asking earlier, what if like this isn't the actual scroll itself? What if this is just what Alaric took down? Like Alaric was in a tomb and it's etched on a wall or an obelisk of some sort. And then he wrote this down, like he copied the symbols down off it, which is why it's not exactly right in, like, they're not in perfect order. No, which could also lead to a particular mess up, which may be or may not be how we ended up in the current predicament.
Yeah, that could definitely be a very interesting idea there. And I would honestly love it if that was the case, because he needs his ego popped.
Yeah. I've been looking over this, and I've been rereading the Of White's drama in text form. And my theory for this is that so we know that whites are giant houses for a soul battery, right?
Yeah.
And this formula, rather than raising the undead and turning them into whites, is just a way for their bodies to hold together and to turn them into disgusting abominations before you put the soul in there. Because you have, you possibly have like rock salt, iron, blah, 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 blah. It's all that stuff it's almost like the supernatural glue formula to hold the dead body together, I'm thinking.
Instructions unclear. Undead abomination gained sentience.
So I would think that the right-hand side. Like,
Mhm.
there's a bunch of metals there, and there's Aqua Regia, which is a purifying agent, and everything like that. There might be something like that is tightly grouped together. That might be
Mhm.
linked to the actual soul battery, and the
Yeah.
left might be linked to the body, because there's quite a few
Now,
body
That might be
processes
it.
there.
yeah.
Ooh, maybe it's the thing. It's part of it is like supernatural glue. The other part might be the actual construction of whatever material you need to hold the battery in there, to hold the soul in there, almost like a trap for
But that's
it.
the
What
other.
I
That's
was
the other
saying.
part there. Bishop said that's why. That's why discussed it as a cipher. It's possible he wrote it down in a sense that only he could decipher it, and it would be garbage to anyone else.
Yeah.
Very Da Vinci of him.
Though why he would then write down that he was doing heresy in his own chronicles.
Yeah, because yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
But he
Maybe he wrote it
does
on a
say
piece of
if
paper.
anyone was to ever find them, he'd be hung.
Yeah,
So
because
if
it's
they was
undead.
discovered, he wanted them to be burned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I imagine dark magics that they might assume this is dark magics, or I mean, it's alchemy. Back then, alchemy was considered wizardry, and people were burned and murdered for it.
So how good are y'all's memories?
Not very good.
Does
You will
anyone
probably
remember
spark
the?
it.
Does anyone remember the UI reveal?
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
notice that it's the same characters on the left and right hand side of the screen, but one's holding a moon and one's holding a sun?
I noticed that they
Ooh.
were holding a moon and holding a sun. I didn't notice that they were the same characters, since apparently for the UI reveal, it was a version of the Red Lady that was holding the
Well,
vampire.
it's
Mhm.
well, we're to assume it's the same ones. It's just cloaked female figures.
Yeah,
It's
cloak
like-
female figure. That,
Yeah.
that
looks
so
remarkably
far it
similar,
was
that's all.
so
Good
far
eye.
that was clear, but
Good eye.
And it's
and then-
almost like there's an octahedron thingy.
Yes, I see it. Yeah, I see it. As I point, and no one can see what I'm pointing at. I always see it.
Right
under
under the
N
N
and the E
Yeah, of
of
madness.
madness.
With the crescent moon on the top.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
So
was
there
right
is
all
also
along.
a circle there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got
that's-
like the
at the
three.
top.
I
under the M.
believe if you take a look, they're the phases of the moon if you look closely.
Ooh, whoa. Okay, new
yeah,
theory.
yeah,
He
definitely.
found it. He found it in a moon door.
Could
He
be.
found it. He found the text like
I think it's
moon
really
something, a moon
funny,
door. How
Calypso.
cool is that?
You've never brought it up before, but in one of your old videos, you talk about having chatted with Dennis, and he has confirmed moon doors.
Oh yeah, moon
return,
doors are totally
and
a
you
thing.
have never brought it up since.
Because it
Until
slips my
now.
mind, because some of the details totally slip my mind, like oh yeah, there's going to be moon doors, and there's going to be a day-night cycle and like a whole astrological thing and all this crazy mechanics, right? But it's they're little details that slip my mind, even though they're super important. Little details are always great in games.
Shiny just brought it up there. Wasn't it the sun that unlocked the Banshee one?
Oh,
So
let
they
me
mightn't
look quickly.
just be moon doors. They could be celestial doors. Some
Yeah.
open with the sun, some open with the moon, maybe some open with a blood moon.
Ooh,
Who
that'd be
knows?
Yeah,
interesting.
it was dawn, the light of dawn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's,
Specifically the light
Yeah.
of dawn. It wouldn't just be daylight. So
No,
Yeah.
light of dawn. So that is definitely something very, very interesting. And given that this is either a sun that she is holding at dawn or at dusk, because the rays of the sun aren't going everywhere, but only like.
So judging by the look of the vampires, though, or not the vampires, of the banshees, I don't see them being morning people.
No, not at all. I can imagine. I can imagine Alaric. Have you guys seen Tigtone?
That's why Kiva killed your man. She interrupted him
Yeah.
during the makeup routine in the morning.
Yeah,
There's
have any of you guys seen Tigtone?
a guy.
Know what Tigtone
A
is?
guy comes in here. No, I didn't. So.
Okay, so I can imagine Alaric like as tutorial mode or whatever as a joke go like, I only have 15 minutes to open this door as the moon is passing by or something. Like I could see it. I can see that be like a really funny timed moment. But I joke too much.
I don't know, but I'm starting to think George could make bank on Cameo after this just for meme purposes. Of
course. Oh, totally.
Definitely.
George, if you're listening to this, get on Cameo and just do like really.
He is on Cameo.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
shout out to George. Go check out George Ledoux on Cameo.
Yeah,
definitely.
Voice of Nagastak.
Now for the big reveal, which has already been revealed, but still not the point.
So we're reading Off Whites now.
we can. I'm not going to overstep the amazing work that George did.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
We won't overstep that, but we will. Hold on, I want to get this queued up nice and perfect. We will be taking a look at the King of Deadhaus. Hail to the King, baby. I still go silent every time I see it. So big shout out to everyone who worked on this, because this has been one of the most amazing characters I've ever seen. I've been telling everyone, wait till you see the in-game models. Wait till you see the in-game models. You're not going to believe it. And now I feel finally vindicated. So, what are your thoughts?
You were wrong. I did believe it.
I like it. I dig it. It's gorgeous. This is beautiful.
Yeah. This is
pretty. This is pretty.
The detail on everything is so amazing, especially with the closer ups you can see. But even in this further away picture, you can see so much detail.
I just in shock at like everything from the finer details on the crown to like the skin tone and everything. Like here, hold on. I'll get us a better close up here. Okay.
But yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh man, like he's just it looks like he has he's giving you a I'm seriously disappointed in you, son, kind of like face.
That's going to be his look to every one of us trying to complete a mission in Deadhaus.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed in you.
Occasionally, like he'll just pop up in the corner or whatever, you know, in like a GIF form or something, and it's just him like disappoint face, like disappointing father simulator with Nagastak.
I look at that and I think back at games like Doom or Wolfenstein, and it's hard to grasp all this have happened in one generation. Yes.
Yeah.
As it was quoted by James and Dennis on the stream yesterday, it's like games that are coming out now are last gen games just being put on new gen hardware because they're like, that's what they were made for. Because like, you know, you take how many years now it takes to make a game and whatnot.
Yeah.
This is next gen. This is what next gen looks like.
Yeah.
Oh man, it looks so
nothing
good.
has been used yet. Like that is just incredible. Like if you take a close up look here, just even the shadowing and the way the shadow changes from this little wire here going all the way down here, and the way it skips over in 3D.
Oh yeah, no, it's
because
like
the way the light falls.
thing.
And then take a look at the detailing along the crown here, like this little intricate work, but it's also chipped. Look, it's chipped and damaged from wear.
No, someone pointed out.
That's such a minor detail, but holy cow.
Yeah.
Someone pointed out that his nose, you can see like the dead flesh on the top of his nose to like new flesh on the bottom.
Yeah, that's where it's been seared off. This is all new flesh because that's all, look, it's sealed up. Now, here's the other part. Look, he's even got blemishes.
Yeah.
Like imperfections in the skin.
Yeah.
You can see like the very small wisps of hair.
The pores on his skin. You can see the pores on his skin.
Yes, he's got pores. Like it's amazing. Oh yeah, by the way, just for anyone to know, his eyes glow. We can't see that, but his eyes glow.
Yeah.
That's
like
one thing that I also like to point out is that even towards the edges, you can see the picture in general, you can see so much details, such as there is the damaged bit on the pauldron. Underneath that, you can see a bit of the nail or the rivet that is in the armor.
What I love is a lot of people missed is if you take a look here on his neck and going up, he's burnt from the silver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
what the black
a cool
bit
little
is.
detail. That's a cool little
and
detail.
And then like the look and change in texture, if you go from his, because this is what I've noticed in some of the newer stuff. If you take a look at his skin color, the change in skin texture, tone, and color going onto the lips. Like when you look at normal 3D characters, it's just like a color change to pink for the lips. You can actually see the skin detail change along here, and it follows like a natural line because it's imperfect and curved the way a human would look, not the way like
nailing mouths for video games is incredibly difficult.
Yeah. Also, a similar thing. You mentioned that he was burned in parts of his face. In the same picture, you can also see the fact that the burn part also has a different texture. It also has a different texture from the skin and from the lips. So that's like one of those details again that you can.
We have Shiny here in the chat, should co-host on the official streams. We were talking when we got shown these with Colden. This picture, when you see it now, granted, when you watch this on the stream, this picture, it's a bust version of Nagaztak, so you'll know exactly which image we're talking about. It's compressed when it's on the stream, but if you go onto the official website and look at this picture, this looks like a photograph, an artistic photograph, and someone wearing latex prosthetic. Because look under the eyes and everything. That looks
like that perfect
human.
cosplay look. It's ridiculous. It's so good.
This legit looks like a photograph that's just been touched up in Photoshop. This doesn't look like it should be a real character in a video game.
Yeah. It's so pretty. I love that that all like the I know it's a dark fantasy game and everything. You know, armor doesn't have to be like accurate, but I do love that he's wearing under padding while wearing armor on top.
And the cloak pin.
That he's even wearing. Yeah, he's got the cloak.
There's the remnants of his cloak, like
it's gorgeous.
And as you said, the Under Armour. Look there, you can clearly see like the leather vest type thing that he's obviously wearing under the armor to hold it up and all.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can see the different layers of plate in order to have maneuverability while also having defenses. And you can see the fact that he is sparing his midriff for once.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Acceptable.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
On his underarms, you can see where the straps go around his arms to clip the armor in and everything. It's finally sexy male armor version.
Well, everyone's complained for years. How come you never see the guy's midriff? There you go. It's a little rotten. It's still good.
Man, like
it's
whoever
actual armor design, not fantasy armor. Yeah,
it's not said how he dies, right? We don't know how he dies, right?
We know that it involves being stabbed with a blade that turns ephemeral.
Ethereal.
Ethereal.
He was killed by a Soul Reaver. No,
but that hammer though.
Yeah, that hammer. Like it looks like you can see where there was. See, I feel like he was fighting, and then someone maybe grabbed his hammer and bashed him in, and that's how like you see the damage. And once again, I'm pointing. That's how you see like the damage on like his stomach, and like the armor is broken there, and it's like he was hit with his own crazy hammer, and then maybe someone stabbed him in the stomach. I think he was killed by Zoran because in the lore, and it's mentioned. Crop tops are in season, by the way. Sadly, I think he was killed by Zoran because Zoran was the only one that almost defeated Nagaztak in battle, or maybe even defeated Nagaztak in battle, and that's why he coming back as a revenant.
You want a little detail that a lot of people have missed, and most people haven't even said it to me.
Yeah,
look at his right hand.
The fact that is partially rotted.
Ooh, the
You
black
can
and white
see the
paint.
bone and sinew and the whole lot,
Yeah.
like what would happen
Yeah.
if
Oh,
you
that's
actually
gorgeous.
played a hand. That's what I said. His hammer was taken from him and beaten by it. It would be, but it wouldn't be that hammer, would it? No,
No,
No, I think
that's a
it'd be something
special
bigger.
hammer.
Yeah.
that's a very, very special hammer. And
And
for
yeah,
this hammer,
Calypso
you
called it. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a Soul Reaver.
Yeah.
it's hard to believe he wasn't betrayed, and that was what made him become a revenant.
Yeah. That's a
Quite
good one.
likely. Quite likely.
But like, who said he wasn't betrayed?
Well, he's a revenant, so there's obviously
Yeah.
revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So he comes
it took a
back
while.
from being
Mhm.
he comes
Yeah.
back from being so angry. See, I think we
It
posed
took him a few ages before he wasn't just a little angry,
Yeah.
so that he finally could devote his time to making Deadhaus be a thing.
Mhm.
Oh, hold on, we'll go to another one. I have a lot of these.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I gathered them all up before, they somehow mysteriously disappear from the internet for whatever reason. I have an entire Deadhaus folder and it's gigabytes worth now. Oh man, no, I love the little flaring details in his hair. Hair is super difficult to pull off in games now too.
Yeah.
Realistic hair anyway. That looks good and doesn't like clip through the body and everything.
Yeah.
But no,
I
the
love
little
the details on the scales and like on his tabard. I want to say I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what
Yeah.
the official name is on the scales on his skirt around the legs.
Yeah. I would have said tabard too, yeah.
Yeah.
And like just the rope that's hanging there that's partially torn but not fully. The fact that some skills are damaged and some aren't.
So
Yeah.
everyone got so distracted with the Gaztac. This is the first time we see not the concept art, but the in-game model for that hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish that there was a close-up of the hammer, like a better detailed version.
You can zoom in.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
you
wanna
don't-
pull
It's
just
very,
the hammer alone,
very,
wow.
very detailed. Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's some cool symbols on it, and there's like this weird hole in it. Wonder what that's about.
Stealing souls.
He says knowingly.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I know already.
Yeah. No, that's stealing souls.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
my theory,
That's
at
the
least.
siphon for the
That's
souls. That's where they go in, right?
yeah. That's where they go into that pocket universe that was mentioned.
That's the bonk Calypso when he gets too close to Kiva.
Yeah, right. You know the truth, bonk. It's so like, see, this is where that's that really weird. I want to say skill. It's totally a skill to transition concept art and art to in game is really difficult, which is why, like,
Yeah.
if you go back and you look at some concept art or whatever for like certain video games, and then you look at the final product, how it's kind of there, the idea is there, but it's not, 100 to like
Well,
1-to-1, right?
The incredible art team behind this, like they were talking yesterday, and the goal was, and the way that they're operating with Deadhaus is, it must meet or exceed the concept art.
Yeah.
And they rock it.
Yeah, I think this totally meets it because the concept art is just chef's kiss good.
Yeah.
Like, and this is,
And
yeah.
especially if this is placed in a similar environment as the concept art,
That's what I want to
it will
see.
blow the concept art away.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
There's a lot of people online still don't believe this is in game.
No,
because CG render. No, that's in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can, because like there's so, and I think James is his name, right? The lead for Vert Paint.
Yeah.
I know he talked about like, well, here's all the complex details of how you make a model and normal maps and texture maps and high poly and low poly and everything like that. A lot of game design will have a high poly texture and a low poly texture for in-game versus cutscenes and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally you can see the switch if the loading isn't quick enough, where it switches to a high poly for a cutscene and then back to a low poly for video game. But we've come to that point where you don't really need that low poly anymore and that low texture quality because machines are just so powerful now where they can just run it, period. Like, like freaking, like look at a God of War 2018. the detail in Kratos's beard and like the pores on his skin and stuff is this level. It's that good. Like it's like a real person just wearing makeup good. You know what I mean? We've crossed over in that time where
that's an interesting
games,
one.
That's an interesting one, Cornson.
What if that picture is the low poly? Yeah, man. Ugh. What if it is?
That is the low poly.
Yeah, that's that would just that would blow my mind even more.
Yeah,
because this is so good. Seriously, guys who are listening, if you have not, I'm going to make this the cover photo for the podcast. Like, you got to go and you got to see it in its full glory on the website at deadhaus.com. Sorry, Deadhaus Sonata. That's Haus, like the band Bauhaus from back in the 80s.
Or the German word for house.
Yeah, or the German word for house. You got to go and check out the full high level detail. Even just go to ArtStation and go to like search Deadhaus Sonata on ArtStation to get the vert paint stuff. And there they have a 4K, super HD crazy version. It's just
or you can search vert paint, like VERT, and then paint, and then you can find it all as well.
Now, I'm going to blow your minds a second. All right. So, this is Nagaztak, and I was thinking, ooh, I can't wait to see what Zoran looks like. And then I had a thought, what about the Wraiths?
Ooh, that's gonna be difficult, like, because they're just fire things, right? Like, it's gonna be some sort of fire.
It's an ethereal skeleton that floats, and the Banshee, and don't forget the white.
For example, if you take a look at the white concept art, there are tumors, glowing tumors on it. There is the glow around the soul battery on it. There is like all those different parts, but also the legs, which in the concept art aren't really shown in focus. But like that as a model, you can't just use a human skeleton to run that on.
No, they might need to make a special custom for it. I want now that you mentioned the glowing stuff, I completely forgot that was there. I want a really tiny, like 5-inch scale, white nightlight or white like glow lamp or something. Like, and you click it on, you click a button, and all of a sudden all of its pustules and the soul battery and stuff start glowing. How cool would that be? Thing. Yeah. Whoa! Another good point there, Mike.
I'm killing Calypso as we speak.
Yeah. I'm dying. I'm gonna join. My dream of joining Deadhaus is coming true. That's. I didn't even recognize or realize that the souls were green, like the Ignis Fatuus, which lights the path to hell.
Lights the path to hell, vampire.
That's so good.
Your path.
Like I see now I got to hear this model talk. I got to hear George's voice come out of Nagaztak now. Like, now that we have a full model of it. I just want to see it in motion. I want to see another version where he's on his throne. That's literally just a match of the concept art. Like, next time, give me that, please. I need it.
That's definitely something I'm very much looking forward to.
I also didn't realize that if you look at the symbol on his crown, if I'm not wrong, is the infinity symbol?
No, the infinity symbol has a circle less, but the triangle holding it?
Maybe it's an hourglass. You think it's an hourglass?
No, triangle holding it is definitely something to do with Deadhaus.
Mm-hmm. That's got to be the whole trinary system, because why not throw it in there?
I just love the fact that a lot of people haven't noticed that Dennis keeps going on with the Proto-Indo-European, the pie thing. And if you actually take a look at the detailing here, this whole knotwork is very symbolic of Celtic, Norse, and Thracian and Dacian, which would all be Proto-Indo-European.
Yeah.
Good. I gotta look more into that. I'm not going to look more into that.
There's no minor details that are relevant.
No, definitely not. Which is honestly really annoying if you're trying to analyze it, because you have to analyze every single pixel.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
I want to know who's going to cosplay that crown first.
I'm
not
gonna
me. I am nowhere near good enough with metalwork, and I'm nowhere near rich enough to get someone.
You talk about metalwork, foam. I said cosplay, not armor smithing.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could just get Varric to do.
I'm nowhere near good enough with foam, or nowhere near rich enough to get someone good enough.
We need I can't wait for the Deadhaus. Whenever we get a Deadhaus launch trailer, there's a YouTube channel that makes I think it's called like Low Budget Trailers is the channel name. Don't quote me on that. There we go. Don't quote me on that name though. But it makes just all these, cinematic trailers, but like with cardboard as weapons or stuff like that. I can't wait for the Deadhaus one where they're literally just wearing a foam crown. Like those delivery packages that you get with like the foam stuff, and it's just on his head.
There's Corenson. You don't have to do metal. You can literally craft it with toilet paper and glue. And then paint it. To reiterate, Wyverntamer, I'm not nearly skilled enough or rich enough to do.
I'm not really skilled enough to craft that with glue and toilet paper. I'm not rich enough to hire someone skilled enough.
The Tube Reaver.
Dacian, that's me. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's the original tribes that settled across over Europe.
Yeah.
Dacians and Thracians, they were the ones that separated and became the Scandinavians, the Celts, and what is then now most of Eastern Europe.
If you cover up
until the Huns come along, but that's another story.
If you cover up the bright side, like the lit side of Nagastak's face, the shadows looks like a skull. The shadow looks like a skull. Like if you just cover up that half of his face, I might even edit this to where I just cut out all the light from this photo. But that's
why when I'm sitting looking at him staring off into the distance, I'm half expecting an Iron Maiden song to start kicking in. It's the Ballad of Nagastak.
Yeah, right. Oh, that'd be so good. That's next Iron Maiden album is just gonna be a concept album for Deadhaus.
You joke.
But... I know I joke, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bruce Dickinson didn't do that. Like,
Is he aware of this though?
Well, I mean, we could make him aware. I'll just tweet him ridiculously. Bruce Dickinson, quick, look at all this stuff now. Make an album of it.
Hey, Bruce, I heard you guys are into history. Look at this.
Yeah, exactly. Eddie, we get an Eddie version of him dressed up like Nagastak. That'd be cool.
I'm just still flabbergasted over like the burnt flesh on the hands and the stomach. Like someone pointed out in the Discord, this is asserting dominance. Like even without doing anything, this is Nagastak asserting dominance. Like silver kills you. I'm wearing it all the time.
Yeah. For example, what I said during the reveal stream, he's wearing a superpowered version of Sailor's silver nails. Like normal revenants have difficulty driving silver nails into them, and he's wearing silver armor at all times.
And keep in mind, we got a warrior poet right here.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like bashing your head in with his hammer while spouting Shakespeare, or his own
Necro Libertas.
Yeah,
Shakespeare exists in Malorum.
Does he? Oh, it's
in the lore. In the lore.
Do we get like an actual Shakespearean character? Not Nagastak. He is a poet, but
no. There's a quote. Wyverntamer's looking it up right now from the Necro Libertas.
It up.
I like that. Corenson just tossing that song before Ragnarok.
I knew him well.
Oh yes, really. I forgot.
Zoran, the vampire scholar, proclaimed. Alas,
I think Zoran less of Shakespearean and more Blackadder.
Yeah, but still,
that's the way I'd like to see him. all seen that episode of Blackadder Back and Forth, did you? Going through
This-
time, where he goes back through time and stuff like that during a New Year's Eve party, and then he runs into that guy and says, "Who are you?" "Oh, I'm William Shakespeare," and then he kicks him in the crotch. He goes, "That's for every English student for the next 800 years."
Oh my god.
Yes, yes. I haven't seen that, but damn if I don't agree with it.
Yeah. This is so
Blackadder is hilarious.
Yes,
if you like British humor.
Yeah,
irreverent British humor.
Blackadder is a comedy series. It's a for those of you who may be too young to know what Blackadder is.
I know it.
I know you know it. I know you know
it. But you watch classical stuff.
Yeah. You are.
I also had to watch it for my study, but whatever.
It's an old comedy series from like the late 70s, early 80s, around the same time as Monty Python.
Still going into the 90s, actually. They didn't do like a season every year, but they do a few years, and then they do a season, and then another bit. It had Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie in it as well. So some people might know like Dr. House and stuff like that.
Yeah, I find that. I didn't know that until I started watching it a couple of years ago. Like, wait, what? How a serious actor is in a ridiculous comedy show? What?
Of course, I was busy not being born then. Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Blackadder, the character.
That's
I love how we managed to segue from the Gaztak to Blackadder.
Blackadder, That's
through the serious gateway of decapitation.
Yeah,
and Lord Zoran.
Yeah, and Lord Zoran. Yeah.
Oh, poor Aoric.
When are we
going
to Is that why he kept him around?
Yeah.
Oh, do you think? Just so you could like, how do you like this poem, Aoric? How do you like this one? And then he spouts off some terrible thing, and then all we just get is the disappointing glare of Baron's Auric's head.
Hold on. I think I got it here.
You still got it?
Yes.
Hold up.
You are a terrible poet. I really wonder what his voice is going to be, or who they're going to get for his voice now.
You are a terrible poet.
Yeah, like who? Because I mean, we have George. George Ledoux is Alaric and the Gaztak, and maybe everyone else there.
Eric, sick of your shit.
Yeah. Okay.
We could just do our talks constantly about this.
Yeah. There we go. Full plate armor until his undead aura. Okay, check this from Cornson.
Yeah.
Just gonna read just because we skipped it. Sorry, Cornson. He wore that silver full plate armor until his undead aura corrupted the silver to such a degree that it no longer hurts the undeads. Yeah. Because I don't think the armor hurts him anymore. Because it's lost its shimmer. Yeah, it's a silver armor, but it's faded. It's more like
it's blackened silver armor.
Yeah,
but
he's such a Chad. He unsilvered the armor.
Yeah,
it's
so cool.
Yeah, it's definitely like alchemical properties of it being, purifying. He corrupted the purifying element. I don't know if you know how hard it is to tarnish silver. He did it to such a degree that it isn't silver conceptually anymore, or at least not clean silver.
Yeah.
So if inanimate objects have a true name, he probably changed the true name.
Do you think his armor, he just now calls it Chad?
Does that make him the Chuck Norris of Deadhaus?
It does.
You know what the Gaztak has under his beard? Just another fist.
Yeah, he just instead of roundhouse kicking you, he 180s his hammer and like bashes your face in.
Yeah. Oh, I so want someone.
Chad Norris.
I so want someone when the world when it goes public to try to attack. To try to attack Gaztak and fail horribly, like just.
Ooh, I wonder if in the game, if you try to attack Nagaztak, will it delete your character because he can steal the soul with the hammer? So like that,
or
there's
just one hit and you're instantly in true death, and depending on whether or not you're hardcore or not,
Oh no, hardcore or not, just delete your character.
Yeah,
Just
period. Like, that's
audacity.
one exception. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as a joke, that'd be awesome. That'd be so awesome. That'd be so awesome. I don't have anything else.
Everyone
audacity.
You know, everyone would be daring everyone else to do it as well.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Such a cool little Easter egg or whatever.
And poor Eric
wait a
sitting there
minute.
sick of your shit.
Ooh, okay, cool idea. Maybe. I don't know. I think all my ideas are cool.
Oh.
All right, so you attack in a gas attack, or however you say it. Okay, I did notice. Hold on, let me pause for a minute. I did notice everyone in the stream yesterday was saying Ngaztak or Nagaztak, and there's no proper way to say it. Like, what is the proper way to say Nagaztak now? Or is it Ngaztak?
Whatever way Dennis says it.
Whatever way Dennis says it, okay. Like,
that's how I've been operating.
Yeah.
All right. So you attack Nagaztak. And then he attacks you. He hits you with his hammer, and then it flings you into a parallel or like a pocket universe, and then like you maybe go back to character creation or something, or like
maybe it's like the old Elder Scrolls games where it's you are locked in the prison of the hammer, wait for 864 days.
Yeah, something
Get
like
out, car. We are on a pilgrimage without end to a better life that will never come.
So you're not just what's
that
this?
is recapitulation that I just thought at.
I'm thinking it's going to be like any game where the NPC is too important, so he cannot be hit with your weapon attack. So you're just flaying at him with no effect. Except the talk button is also the normal attack button. So where you're delivering a quest and you spam click the talk button one too many times, boom, character deleted.
Oh man, that'd be golden. That'd be awesome. Sorry, your character got deleted.
There should be a cool little thing. You know the way people just skip through the text? Considering this is a story-based game, if you press the button to skip through the text, the character should act as if you ignored them and get pissed and refuse to deal with you again for like a day or something.
And it locks you out. It locks you out of the quest. Or it's like when you
come back to me when you've changed your attitude.
Yeah, or there's no option to repeat it or whatever. So he's just like, I just told you everything. Weren't you listening?
Yeah.
Well, if you're such a smartass, I'm not going to mark it on your minimap. You try to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then instead of a specific target, you get a circle where you can, search the area. It's not the correct circle because you weren't listening. It's not the correct area that is encircled. You weren't listening. That's your problem.
Yeah, but the normies would be so angry though.
Yeah, they would. Yeah.
What makes you think this game is for normies?
Yeah, this ain't a game for normies.
No, not one bit. Or well, I wouldn't say not one bit. Just maybe not like as much as we think, or as much as we want to.
Chad tack here.
Yeah, Chad tack. Yeah. Like, I think. See. Now I'm interested in knowing, because with the Founders Packs, you have, oh yeah, that's another thing. If you don't have a Founders Pack yet, with Malleus Odium, the really expensive one, you get a gift. You get like his armor. You get Nagaztak's armor or something, or like some super awesome. Armor. Yeah, you get the hatred armor. So it's going to be a cosmetic thing.
That's what it says. Malleus Odium consists of Malleus Uniform Badge and Discord Roll, the Hatred Armor Skin for all classes, the Shield of Lamentation with an undead prophet speaking truths of the dead, which is an in-game cosmetic item, and hardcover art book while supplies last, and for a limited time, 10,000 platinum instead of the 5,000 platinum. And it also carries everything in the lower tiers as well.
Yeah. And one of the things in the lower tiers that I'm really excited for, DHS Tarot deck and the Necro Libertas, a floating spellbook which speaks the scripture of the dead.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
As an in-game cosmetic item.
Yeah.
Yep, need that. So I need my Havoc and Malice skin for my axes.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a severed head of Baron Eric.
Yeah.
Right. The Legacy Armors, Legacy Scholar Armor skin, that looks really cool, but like I need the other stuff. I'm going to need that tarot deck.
Yes.
There's a Herald armor skin, which we still haven't seen. The Necro Liberitas, the floating spellbook, and that Shield of Lamentation.
Yeah, it's all really awesome stuff.
Herald armor skin made me think of a Banshee.
Yeah, originally it was the Lich.
It was something different.
Right?
It was the Lich one, yes. But as it is a Herald, and now that we have more lore, I honestly think that it is something to do with Banshees.
Yeah.
In which case, who's to say it isn't what we see in the concept art right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
No, I knew. But
no, that armor is very specific to Nagaztak. Because I asked that yesterday. There was some questions in the chat. It's like, what armor is that? And is that Ashen Ring armor?
No,
and it's like, no, that is very specific to Nagaztak. It mildly resembles that type of armor, but
yeah. I have a theory that Nagaztak was in some way, shape, or form either like the leader of the Ashen Ring at some point, the founder, a nobleman, very Cain originy, and then he just dies. And
it's almost like this would be something that would be in the Necro Liberitas.
Yeah.
Well, Lord Lucien Armin, or Armin,
Lord Lucien Armin.
Lord Lucien Armin. He's a lord, so yes, he's a lord.
Yeah.
He was nobility, and he wore, white, glowing silver armor. That's another Cain nod. So, yeah, it has to do. I want to say he really has something to do with the Ashen Ring, but I guess we'll find out.
I don't think he was with Ashen Ring necessarily. More likely, he was with their predecessors. Given that Lord Sorin, his favorite prey were the Templars from the Astilian Empire.
Yeah, but there are Templars of the Ashen Ring as well. Yeah, there's Paladins of the Ashen Ring.
Though they weren't called Templars. They weren't called Templars, I thought. Oh, no. Apparently they will worn by a Templar that has risen from the grave. So apparently they are called Templars.
Probably super loyal and was betrayed equals angry. Yeah, that's a theory. Yeah. Cornson is that, he was betrayed, murdered by his friend or his friends or something.
Or his country or the order that he fought for.
Yeah, the king betrayed me on this quest. Better rise from the dead and go kill the king and take over Deadhaus or create it in the first place and then take it over. What used to, that'd be an interesting theory, is that what if
used
Deadhaus,
to be his empire is now Deadhaus,
Yeah. As Mike digs through the lore.
Your ideas are interesting, and I would like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Yes.
By the way, there is a Deadhaus newsletter.
Yes.
Yep. Again, shameless plug. Deadhaussonata.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Join the forums. Join the Discord, where you can annoy us with all the crazy conspiracy theory stuff, because we absolutely love that. And pick up a Founders Pack. We also have cool merch.
Pick up merch. You can't get this anymore. You can't get this anymore.
We'll see.
Not now, at least.
No, I don't think.
And even this, I have this as a mouse mat.
I don't think Adios is back.
I have if you look at the main page for Deadhaus, there is a piece called Atan. I have that as my mouse mat.
Dragon.
Yes. What's okay? I was about to say Chaosium, but that's a Dungeons and Dragons thing. Geez, what's the stores, guys? Streamlabs. Streamlabs has it, as well as Designed by Humans has Deadhaus merch.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
It's also linked if you go towards the store.
Yes, Cornson. All right, yes, comrade. Yeah. So yes, check out get the Deadhaus merch. Shameless plug, shills. DeadhausSonata.com. That you had. They are on Deadhaus. They are on Deadhausgram. They are on Instagram at Deadhaus Game.
Well,
Twitter
for
at
me,
Deadhaus
it
Game.
essentially is Deadhausgram at this point.
Yeah, Deadhausgram at this point.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Twitter.
Twitter.
The sea of peoples that is the Twitter. They are also there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
But
everybody
there
just
are
go
no
check it
more
out.
raids
I don't know.
going
Honestly,
around.
I don't know why you guys
Twitter.
wouldn't be there yet. Know all this stuff. If you're 9 episodes into this podcast / stream that we do, I can't imagine you haven't checked all this stuff out yet. But if you
And
haven't,
if you're listening to this later on
do it.
down the line on Spotify, welcome to the world of tomorrow. And hopefully you're actually enjoying Deadhaus.
Yeah.
I still think revenants should be able to fly.
Fly. They're so angry they can
I
just
don't
fly.
even know what to do with that. Hey. So you see when we see Zoran, you see the high level of detail here.
Oh man, that's gonna be my favorite. I think.
Dem werebats and dem werewolves though.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
the
gonna be-
individual hairs. We can actually count all the hairs. Varric, I have a challenge for you. Count all the hairs.
See, I liked the original. I liked the first take that you've seen from that old IGN gameplay and everything else that I've posted that you may have seen gameplay already of the werebats and stuff. I thought that look was great. I think the hair looked fine. It was beautiful. But now, like, we have this Nagaztak model here. Just thinking about what that old version to what the new version is going to be is nuts.
Yeah.
For the future, aren't these giants awesome? Yes. Wow, I can't. Wow, these giants
all
really are
beware,
gorgeous.
Giga House.
Yeah.
All beware, Giga House. Don't get lost in the pores of the giants.
That's not a pore that we're staring into.
So if the first ages for Deadhaus, it's like fight the living. Does that mean like for Giga House the theme will be crush the tiny?
Crush the tiny. That's good. I like that. Crush the tiny.
Yeah.
Are you really going to walk up to a revenant to tell them they can't fly? I mean, it's your funeral. Yep. And then you know what happens then? Meat pie.
Yeah. Next time on Deadhaus Sonata, crush the tiny. I'm like,
I would love if on April Fools, like from the year that they announce that Giga House will be
fight the little. I believe someone said. Yeah, that's another. Good
one.
Like if on April Fools they make that the slogan or something, and then at the end of April Fools they release the first giants, and that giants just in general.
What'll be hilarious is with the current makeup of the team at Apocalypse, I don't think you can trust April Fool's jokes anymore.
No. I mean, my favorite April Fool's joke was the release of Duke Fishron for Terraria. One of the most difficult bosses in the game got leaked by the designer of said boss during April Fool's, and no one believed that it would be an actual boss. I mean, big dragon fish.
Yeah,
I liked what happened in the Discord with the army of 1,000 Dennises. Or army of 1,000 Dayaks.
Yeah, that one was hilarious.
Glad we actually went through with it. Did that, guys? Like,
yeah,
that was pretty good. But I think
next year we do cat.
Oh yeah, definitely. A million cats.
Interesting.
Faceless
just
cat.
Bean photos everywhere.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing dance again.
No, we can't. No, it's been done with Dennis now. It needs to be something more creative because next year, I wonder.
Well, if we have the time from playing it all the time.
Yeah, it'd be really weird if there was a game update during April.
Oh man, that'll be the joke for April Fools. Hey guys, sorry, really big update. You know, we'll finish updating 3 days from
tomorrow.
now or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, Cornson. Never ever trust anything on April 1st. It's like trusting a AAA company to deliver a game at launch.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I do. I am so disappointed with a bunch of April Fool's jokes from all these game companies, though, because they actually release really cool stuff, even though it's jokey, that I would totally buy into and I'm totally all above for.
You
but they
do
know they
know
never
a
make
lot of
it.
companies.
I'm so bummed.
A lot of companies joke on April Fools, but other ones would be like, "Ha, look at this April Fool's joke." Unless, they're testing the waters with the ridiculous stuff.
New Blood does it all the time. New Blood does it. New Blood did it this year. I think even what was it? Arcane Studios, because they have a new game coming out, Deathloop. I guess check that out too. Shameless plug for them. They have a new game coming out called Deathloop, and for April Fools, they released a parody cereal called Deathloops. And it just looks like a bunch of Fruity Pebbles, only it's like blue and green, and whatever their color theme is. And it was like, wow, I'd really eat that. I would eat that. It looks good. Like, stop it. Stop it with these good jokes.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna wrap it up for today, guys. The white stuff was really interesting to check out. Super gonna deep dive into analyzing that another time.
Yep, maybe. And there's even been an update for the Spotify. So the of Liches is up now, and that means the of Whites should be up maybe next week, I think. So that'll be all of them. Again, a hint no one got. All of them from season 1.
Season 1. Yes, of Whites 1, of Whites 2.
That will be
definitely.
I am so looking forward to it, especially the of morsels that Dennis hinted at.
Ooh, of mortals. What?
Morsels.
Ooh, that'll be good.
And of nightmares, that was hinted at earlier.
Oh, that sounds awesome too. Oh man, yes. But definitely check out the Deadhaus stuff on Spotify, on Amazon, wherever you can find. Like, no discredit. I said this last time too. I think no discredit to the YouTube versions with the visual stuff attached to it. It's really good. But the podcasty versions, where it's literally just an audio drama in your ears, they've been remixed and like edited and stuff to sound much better, way better sound quality. There's even cool little intros and outros from George, who reads them and does them. So definitely check that out. Like, it's just a visual feast for your ears. So good. Check out the Deadhaus podcasts and stuff on Spotify, Amazon, wherever you can find it. Also, if you don't follow us on Spotify yet, follow us on Spotify already. Follow Deadhaus Sonata officially on Spotify. All that stuff. Check it out. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Deadhaus Whispers. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Mike has been a great host as usual. Wyverntamer, thank you for joining us for this. You can follow me on Twitter at Necrolibriatus and YouTube. You can follow Faceless Mike on Twitter at The Faceless Mike, on Instagram at The Faceless Mike, on Twitch at twitch.tv/Faceless Mike. Same thing with Wyverntamer. That's WYVERNTAMER on Twitch at twitch.tv/Wyverntamer. Underscore at the end. Deadhaus Sonata at Deadhaus Game. So yes, all the social medias, you'll find us, I'm sure. Check out Deadhaus Sonata at deadhaussonata.com. Once again, I've been your host, Calypso. This has been Deadhaus Whispers, and thank you for joining us, everybody.
We'll see y'all later.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.